Welcome to the BAYOU on the BAYOU Bullpen KOL interviews. I'm sitting here with Julie Nagel of TreMonti Consulting, who I've twisted her arm into coming in. And Julie, we have 3 simple questions for these. The first thing I would love for you to do is just to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Thank you for having me. First, this is my first time at this meeting, so I'm excited to be here. I am with TreMonti Consulting, director there, and by training, I'm a PhD in ecology and evolutionary biology. I studied water all the way through. And my most previous position before this was I was Associate Vice Chancellor for Innovation at the University of Kansas. And I have worked in and out of academic research translation my entire career.
And so you now have moved into doing that on a much larger scale. Can you tell us a little bit more about your current work and what you do at TreMonti Consulting and any interesting projects you're working on now you want to talk about?
I have a large portfolio of different sized universities, everything from a small liberal arts college all the way through to big R1 institutions. And we help all of those clients translate technologies from academic research through to a company to make products and services that change people's lives. So in that work, I do different pieces of that translation process for different universities. And then we help assess early stage technologies to see if the university should invest in that technology for not only patenting, but proof of concept work, or how do you position that technology in a commercialization voice for federal grant proposals. We also help clients, universities market their technologies, home for them. That means we build relationships with companies and we know which institutions have expertise in what technology that we can marry to the companies that we know and what they're looking for. And then we do agreement work. We do all sorts of things that we call making the sausage and tech transfer and take that off tech transfer offices' plates because they're frequently understaffed and under-resourced. And so we can take pieces off the plate to allow them the ability to work boots on the ground with their inventors for a better outcome.
And you guys can do anything from those pieces to actually operating as a full office for a university that perhaps has a full transition of staff or something. You can step in and do that.
Yeah, I have some smaller institutions that I am their tech transfer office. And it's really interesting post-COVID that no one really perceives that you're not right down the hall because there's so much working at home that I constantly have people say, do you want me to come in and meet you in my office or do you just want to do a Zoom? And I'm like, well, since I'm in Kansas, I think we're going to be doing a Zoom. And like in the morning, I'm teaching a course of a lecture to capstone engineering students from one of my client universities at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
On the East Coast. So yeah, it's just been really seamless. And I attribute a lot of that to everyone's used to working at home now, but it's been really seamless to actually function as a tech transfer office remotely. And then I have all my expertise behind me, whether it's a patent attorney or someone who knows all the regulatory, IETIS and compliance, or all my subject matter experts. They're all standing behind me. And that allows me to work with my institutions really seamlessly.
That's fantastic. And I can vouch for TreMonti and Julie because we worked with them when I was at Louisville. We worked with them at HHMI, the Howard Hughes Medical Institute. I know my colleagues at our Innovation Institute and our Office of Intellectual Property Management work with you guys. And so the communities at both the Bullpen and at BAYOU and the BAYOU are all about helping each other. It's kind of a mantra of find someone, help them, and repeat. So this is your opportunity to actually make your ask of the communities. What can the community do to help you and help TreMonti?
Well, it's interesting because that's what we always ask, right? Yeah. We always ask the community, how can we help you? Where are the gaps in your work life where we could come in and plug that and allow you to do more over you because we came in and plugged that, whether it's someone goes on maternity leave, or there's an illness in their family, or somebody leaves for another position, and we can come in and fill those gaps as well. So that's interesting because that's
So you're a help me help you. So tell me how to help you.
Is the question. So we're always looking for subject matter experts, and I use that term very broadly because it's not I'm looking for someone who understands semiconductors because I am. I'm always looking for semiconductor
So semiconductor people,
Right.
hit Julia.
But it's not even the people that go deep on that science, because yes, that's one piece, but it's people that go deep on that science and also know how to look at that from a market perspective. And those people that kind of marry those two worlds together, I really like to interact with because it helps move our thinking. That's number one. Number two, as we move into the AI world, James, you think about this a lot. We're getting just barraged with emails. And so how technology marketing has happened, right, is, hey, we have this great technology. Look at this. And that's been done largely over email and phone.
That doesn't really work anymore.
What's the two things that have changed? Nobody answers the phone, right? They're all my teenagers. Nobody answers the phone. And number two, when you get so many emails in a day, your email is not going to be read. Or it's going to be shoved to the other folder, or it's just going to be in that I don't have time. And I don't know how business development people manage that. But so how can we get these really promising technologies, which is another beautiful thing about what I get to do is I see some really interesting things. How do we get those in front of the right business development people? So that's one reason why I'm here, right? Because there's business development people here, some companies that I want to know. So, and I want to ask them these questions.
That's a great new vertical that you guys have added. You really started that about a year ago, right?
Right. What does marketing look like post-pandemic and post-AI? And it doesn't look like. And yeah, you can get an AI deal to push out a zillion emails.
And you're going to annoy people a zillion times. Yes.
Fantastic. But, this is really important work to put that technology in the right place so it can be developed into a product and service that's going to change somebody's life. What does that look like in the world of AI? That's how somebody lives.
Julie, this was fantastic. Thank you so much for making time for sitting with us.
You asked me 3 times, so I had to.
I know, I wore her down. But if you want to meet Julie, you can always reach out and find her on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Or you can come to BAYOU on the BAYOU 2025, October 28th and 29th, my early pitch. Mark it on your calendar.
Yeah.
So she'll be back, right?
I will still be looking for answers to these.
And she'll probably have new questions for you then.
I will have new questions, I'm sure.
Julie, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.